Hello everybody, it's me, Carmine DeStefano, the Bookman. When I say Transformers, I'm sure most of you are thinking about the cartoon based on the Hasbro figures that pitted the good Autobots against the evil Decepticons, and especially that little sound they made when they transformed. But none of us thought it would be a live-action movie. Of course there were some cartoon movies, but not live-action movies, until producer-director Michael Bay, the one that gave us such masterpieces as Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Armageddon, decided to put that idea in motion when he gave us Transformers. Originally when I heard of this idea, I thought, man, are they stretching? Until I saw the first trailer, then I thought I'd give it a chance. But let's take a look at it together as a whole, shall we? Now it starts off with...
We know not where it comes from.
Optimus Prime? Whenever I hear that voice, I get so giddy, the only reaction I have is... awesome. And he's talking about how there was this cube that brought life to their planet Cybertron that got lost. So we cut right to Qatar, a place where the armed forces have a base. And this little group is led by Josh Duhamel. You know, Fergie's husband. Now outside this base there's a helicopter that shouldn't be there. So they insist that it lands, otherwise they'll use brutal force. So it lands. And then this happens, we hear the cool Transformer sound, and the helicopter turned robot proceeds to blow the shit out of everything in the neighboring vicinity. Cut to your average high school, where Samuel Witwicky, played by Shia LaBeouf, does a presentation in front of students like Megan Fox. And the answer is... You're kidding me, right?
Absolutely!
Now his presentation is about his great-grandfather, who was a navigator that navigated through the Arctic Circle. He has some treasures from there, like his glasses, which will be very important. Like most people make discoveries, he was labeled crazy and sent away for life. After school he goes to buy his first car with his dad, sold by the late great Bernie Mac. And there he finds a sports car that's to his liking. And the sports car apparently wants to be bought by him, as it beats up a buggy and does this to the rest of the cars. We then cut to the Pentagon, where the Secretary of Defense, John Voight, briefs all these computer hackers. And the answer is... yes, I would! Now we move on to a park where Shia LaBeouf is trying to impress... She gets upset and leaves her man, which opens the door for Shia LaBeouf to try and pick her up.
I can't believe that I'm here right now.
You can duck down if you want.
Yeah, duck down and suck it! I'm sorry. So they have a good time together, and Sam uses a line that seems to be kind of corny.
There's a lot more than meets the eye with you.
But that sounds familiar. Where do they got it from? Ah, I get the connection now. Meanwhile, in Air Force One, Frenzy breaks through security, hacks into the system to find files, uploads a virus, locates the name of the person he's looking for, and kills a couple of guards while he's at it. So he had a good day. He then meets up with Barricade and tells him about Sam Witwicky and the glasses. That prompts Bumblebee, guised as Sam's sports car, to drive off on its own. Sam follows closely behind and notices that he's actually a giant robot who's giving off a signal. Now he seems somewhat surprised by this, but this would be my reaction. Back at the Pentagon, Maggie tries to explain her opinion of what's been happening.
It's evolving on its own, and you need to move past Fourier transfers and start considering quantum mechanics.
That was just an excuse to hear her talk.
Oh, baby.
While that's going on, our friendly platoon is attacked by a Decepticon. So they try to fight back, but aren't really doing much damage, until they find out that superheated Sable rounds are the cure. Wanting to prove her point, Maggie steals the code and brings it to Anthony Anderson, who then hacks into it and finds information about Sector 7 and Project Iceman. Afterwards, Sam is being chased by Bumblebee, and he runs into, oh my god, He thinks he's found help in a police car, but instead found Barricade, who screws with him a little bit. And then he shows his true form. This would be my reaction.
Are you username LadiesMan217?
What the fuck?
Are you username LadiesMan217?
Hold on.
Where is the eBay item 21153? Where are the glasses?
Take the glasses! Just leave me alone! As he escapes, he does that. I can't blame you, I would do that to her too. And they are then helped by Bumblebee, who takes him away from Barricade. Later on in the evening, they hide, and then Bumblebee shows us his true form. And he looks just like he does in the... okay, maybe he doesn't. So as Bumblebee and Barricade fight, we run into Exhibit A of the big problem with the Transformers movies. Sam has no pants, Megan Fox does. Why? The other Autobots then respond to the call by Bumblebee by destroying virtually everything in sight, and then taking on the forms we're more familiar with. They then all meet at this one spot where we're introduced to...
My name is Optimus Prime.
Awesome.
And he shows them a hologram of what Cybertron once was until Megatron screwed everything up. He then talks about Sam's great-grandfather's connection to Megatron and how the location of the cube is imprinted on his glasses. So now they have to find the glasses. Insert John Turturro, who should be in every film production because of stuff like this.
Experience any flu-like symptoms?
They take everybody away, but run into Optimus Prime.
Autobots, relieve them of their weapons.
Awesome.
We then run into Exhibit B of the problem with the Transformers movies. John Turturro has no clothes on, Megan Fox has clothes on. Why? They try to escape but are then cornered and caught and brought into custody. John Voight is then introduced to a member of Sector 7 who shows him pictures from Mars that match the robot that attacked Qatar. Those in captivity are brought to the Hoover Dam, where Optimus Prime says he's going to destroy the cube by destroying himself.
Autobots, roll out.
Awesome.
Now here at the dam, everyone is introduced to Megatron and the cube as well. And they release Bumblebee so he can shrink the cube down to a much smaller size, and they can take it along with them. Unfortunately, Frenzy releases Megatron from his ice state, and the battle between good and evil on the planet Earth ensues. Now in this battle, a lot of fights break out, robots lose limbs, there are some explosions, there are a lot of shots being fired, Jazz is torn in half by Megatron. I guess he's only half the robot he used to be. Megatron and Optimus Prime fight where Megatron gets gang raped. After that, Megatron is dropped into the deepest part of the planet. Josh Duhamel is able to go home, Sam and Michaela end up together, somehow, and the Autobots stay on Earth to protect us. Also, Starscream flies off into the galaxy to find other Decepticons. So what did I think of this movie? Had its moments, especially in the movie theater. It was entertaining, great sound effects, great special effects, got some laughs. So I enjoyed it. If you ask me now what I think of it, I'll tell you that after the 8th time of seeing it, it got kind of boring. But again, it took 8 times. The main idea and the storyline itself, kind of all over the place and was not the strong point, but it didn't detract you from the real idea of the movie, which was giant robots transforming and blowing each other up. Now, I am aware that there was Revenge of the Fallen, the second of these 2 movies, and I am aware that the DVD had just come out, but I wanted to start with the first one before I moved on to the second one, which will come later on. So I thank you all for watching. I have more views soon to come, so stay tuned, take care, and have a great day.